You tuned in to the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
With a classic, man, we had to get Charleston White back, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I think I'm getting too big for YouTube interviews.
Why you say that?
Because everybody's stuck here. Least paid platform. And this is the only, my YouTube interviews with black content creators is the only thing that projects me in a negative light, based on the titles and the thumbnails. And that's just other people outside of our culture looking at brand and marketing when you coming through YouTube interviews. So that's why a lot of major celebrities won't do a YouTube interview with a YouTube platform unless it's the Breakfast Club or Joe Rogan, because you guys take it in between you and your demographics, writes the narrative. So for example, over here, and I'm saying, why not bring your following over here to the streaming world? That's 10 years ago. So I done now grew YouTube.
I don't agree.
I agree 100%.
I don't agree.
Because y'all not offering the deals.
Nah, I turned down a lot of deals.
I know you do,
Yeah.
but the people who sit on your platform, you have the platform.
Yeah.
But the people who sit here will never get a deal just off here. They have to.
Yeah.
But the people who sit here will never get a deal just off here. They have to go somewhere else. Because this is the paintbrush. So this time, nigga, you made me famous. But nigga, your paint struck broke every time I go to jail, boom. And I'm saying, goddamn, nigga, y'all must don't like me. I used to tell Antoine Daniel, based on your titles, says what you think.
I can't be biased though.
No,
I got when Jordan. I don't know.
I haven't. So I'm talking about
It's still positive.
You post all my negative.
Still positive.
Nuh-uh.
It's still positive.
No.
Bro, I booked you for your own show.
Yeah.
Like, I do a lot of, bro. You can't be mad because you're trying to control the narrative, bro.
I'm not mad.
You can't do that.
I'm not mad. I just sat down with two major companies and deals. They showed me your analytical data on me, and they showed me that. I didn't look at that. I'm happy with making $10,000 with your titles.
Yeah.
But we growing, and people over here saying, hey, let me show you something. Compare it to this. They're making the comparisons.
Yeah.
What up, my people? You tuned into the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit. Check this. It's the end of the era, question mark. Or is it? Right now, it's looking like the end of the era. The end of the Say Cheese Charleston White era. Charleston White came on Say Cheese TV the other day. And it dropped the interview, watched the whole thing. And Charleston White ain't shit. Because look, Charleston White don't give a damn. He one of them people that he gonna say, he just blunt with it. Like, he gonna say what he wants to say when he wants to say it, right? Say Cheese did an intro. Oh, yeah, we finally had to get Charleston White back. Man, that meant the first thing that came out of his mouth, he said, the first thing after that came out Charleston White's mouth was, I think I'm too big for YouTube. I don't think I'm doing YouTube interviews no more. Why you on a YouTube interview video? The first thing he says is, I ain't doing YouTube videos no more. Nigga, that nigga, he's something else. He's something else. Right? And then he went, and at first, for real, and he in the clip he says it too, but at first it was like, hold on, is he dissing Sean Cotton? Is he dissing Say Cheese TV? And he clarified that. He said, look, Sean Cotton, like, because they really locked in. Sean Cotton, you like, look, you're my friend, you my nigga. You're not doing this yourself, but your platform is what's holding me back and painting me in a negative light. And look, let's talk about it. YouTube and the streamers are way, way, way bigger than the YouTubers, right? YouTube, the streamers and streaming is a lot bigger to me than YouTube. Like, cause look at Cashapp. I mean, you got Joe Rogan, you got Vlad TV, right? You got the big names, but it seems like a lot of kids and a lot of the culture is going more towards the streaming direction as far as what they're watching, what they're paying for, all that, right? Now, I love YouTube. I'll probably never stop using it. As long as YouTube is around, I'll probably still use it. I'll probably watch videos, and I'll probably create content like I've been doing. But he makes a point, like now he makes a point as far as being painted in a negative light and if there's one thing I respect about Charleston White, because there's a lot of things I disagree with Charleston White on, and a lot of stuff he done said that is totally just despicable to me, and I would never say. And whoever says that shit is really a shitty human being, right? Talking about people's dead kids and a lot of y'all know the shit that he went viral for saying, just talking about Nipsey Hussle, talking about F the dead, F Nipsey Hussle, right? All that stuff. I totally disagree, but there are some things that he says, because he's not stupid. He is not a dummy by any means. He is a student of the game, meaning he studied before he even got popular, right? He was already studying and creating content on Facebook and all that, and he's a student of the game. And he's telling Sean Cotton, he tried to say, I didn't look into it, but how you not look into it, but you know all the numbers? He said, these people looked into it. Well, but then he admitted later on in the interview that he said, oh yeah, I study this, or I study this stuff, right? So he admitted that he does look into this, but he just said, oh, these other people looked into it, and they said, your channel paints me in a negative light. And it paints everybody, look, and we this is a real thing. For YouTube and for views, yeah, the drama sells, negativity sells. But I respect Charleston White as far as his hustle, his ambition, because he's not content with just being a person that goes on YouTube and does interviews, right? He wants to grow, and he is growing. Now he's a quote unquote comedian. He does comedy shows. Now I would never buy a ticket to, like, I think he's funny, but not in a stand-up way, right? He's a funny dude. Like, he's just naturally funny, just the shit that he says, how blunt he is, right? But as far as for a comedic act, I don't think he's that. Like, I would never pay to go watch Charleston White. Now, Cat Williams or Dave Chappelle, somebody like that, yeah. But he makes a good point as far as he's growing, and these people, he said he lost $100,000 because. And look, he's trying. At first, he was trying to blame it all on Say Cheese TV. He's saying that Say Cheese TV, because of how he titles his videos and the thumbnails, about how it's always like a negative title, like Charleston White goes off, Charleston White violates this person, Charleston White disses this person, right? It's always a negative. It's always a negative title instead of saying something like Charleston White explains his differences with this person, right? There's certain words that people use on purpose because it gets people's attention, right? Because it's negative, it's drama. People are like they gear towards that. They gravitate towards that, right? But if you're trying to get a brand deal, and these brands they ain't about to give you no deal, and you have all this negative publicity, right? Publicity. They want people that are not only like viral and celebrities, right? But they want people that are clean cut, because these brands these brands are clean cut. They're trying to sell products, and if somebody thinks something negative of the person that's promoting the product, then it's probably less likely that they're gonna buy that product, and they're definitely not gonna give you a deal. So he said he lost money, and at first he said it was all Sean Cotton and his titles, right? And YouTube and all these YouTubers that we all know, all the YouTubers that Vlad TV, Adam 22, all these Joe Budden, all these people that have these headlines that are mostly negative, right? Especially in the hip hop news space, the space that I'm in. So what he's talking about is right. Like, as far as our people being painted in a negative light on YouTube, yes, that's actually happening. Yes, I'm guilty of it. Other YouTubers are guilty of it. So and so goes off. So and so violates this person, right? These are all negative things, right? Angry, mad, almost on the edge of like being violent, right? These titles are in the content. He said he goes on Twitch or wherever he goes with Aiden Ross, and he's Unc over there. He don't have to get in no mess. He don't have to talk shit about nobody, right? He's just a fun uncle, and that's what his audience knows. Aiden's audience knows Charleston White as. And with that, he can get brand deals. That's why he's saying, look, I'm outgrowing this shit. Like, they're trying to give me deals, but they can't because I got all this publicity, all this negative publicity. And at first, he was trying to blame it on Sean Cotton and Say Cheese. But later on in the interview, he did admit, like, yeah, I talked about this. So I didn't care about my image. I was just going for the views, and that's what everybody else is on YouTube is doing. He said he himself, even himself, didn't care about the image he was projecting. It was all about getting the views. So he actually did admit, like, okay, yeah, I played a part of this too. Because look, you can title something all day long, and when Charleston White was blowing up and those titles and he was doing those videos when he was first blowing up and talking all crazy to everybody and talking crazy about Nipsey and about all this stuff, it's not just the title. Because once you click on the video and you hear him talking, he talking greasier than the title is. He's saying words and saying things about people that they can't even put on the title because it'll get striked. It'll get taken down because they can't even use those words. They can't even say them sentences in the title because it's too negative. It's too much of a disrespectful negative thing to put in the title, right? So it's not just the title; it's the content. Now he's saying he's saying that he don't like the fact that YouTubers clip up the interview, right? Because in his mind, he says he thinks that he can explain anything to anybody, even if it's like disrespectful or negative. Watching his whole conversation, he believes he can explain something to where the people that are watching will understand his point of view, right? And I get that. So he don't like the whole breaking it down, chopping it up. He wants his conversation to be viewed as a whole, as the whole time, so he can actually explain what he's talking about. But at the same time, same breath, if you watch those long form videos, he's still talking crazy about everybody and anybody, right? Purposely. And he's not doing this just because he don't even really feel like this somewhat. He knows how the internet works. Like I said, he studied the game. He knows that he's saying disrespectful things that he don't even mean really, but he's saying it just because he knows it's gonna get him views. That's what he on. And he done said stuff on like Instagram, stuff that he didn't put out himself, and that was crazy, disrespectful to people, disrespecting the dead and all that. He didn't put that out himself, so he really gotta look in the mirror and blame himself for that because he really did that. Now, he's saying YouTube is on a decline, it's over. Except for like the top people. No, I think in the summertime the views went down. Everybody's views was going down like 3 months ago. But there's certain settings that you have to turn on or off, and now those views are coming back. So I don't think YouTube is dead by any means. It's a platform. That's all it is. It's a platform. What you do with the platform is up to you. If you want to be a Joe Rogan or a Vlad TV, guess what? You can. The platform is there. It's up to you to create the content that people want to see. So no, I don't think that YouTube is dead. I don't think YouTube is dying. Yeah, I mess with YouTube. I've been messing with YouTube. I've been on YouTube for years and years before I ever started the channel. And yeah, other YouTube creators, content creators inspired me to create my own channel. But let me know what y'all think in the comments about Charleston White, Say Cheese splitting. It's over. It's a wrap. Or is it? We'll see. Right now, it looks like it is. He said he's too big for YouTube. He can do comedy shows. He gets paid for that. He got Twitch. He's trying to get brand deals. He don't need to do YouTube interviews. He just don't need to at this point, according to him. Let me know what y'all think in the comments about the split. Like, share, subscribe. Membership's $199 a month. Shout out to the 2 members, Angela Reddick, John Paul. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out.
You're now listening to the